Hello everyone, welcome to DevOps Hub. This is Sampath Shivkumar Boteti. Hope you all are doing great. So today what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss about how to upgrade our cluster using Kubeadm, right? If you remember previously we have seen how to install a production ready Kubernetes cluster using Kubeadm. So now we are going with upgradation of the cluster. So let's get started. Quickly show you what is the current state of my cluster look like. So in my AWS account, I'm having 3 instances, one for control plane node and 2 for worker nodes. Like you can see worker node 1 and 2. And the Kubernetes cluster current version is version 1.29.6. Let me quickly show you. This is my AWS account. As I told you, I have 3 instances. I have already SSH to my control plane node. See, we are having 3 instances, 2 worker nodes, 1 control plane, and the current version is v1.29.6. So we are going to upgrade our Kubernetes cluster to the latest one, or to the next minor version, that is most probably version 1.30. So before that, let's see what is the release Kubernetes is currently having. So yeah, the current release, latest release Kubernetes is providing us is 1.31, and where we are at 1.29.6. So questions generally people have is, if we want to go to version 1.31, can we directly go to version 1.31 from version 1.29? Answer is no. In Kubernetes, we can upgrade our cluster one minor version at a time. So what is the minor version we are having is 29. So what is the next minor version available? 30. So if you want to upgrade your cluster to the latest version, 2 steps you have to do is, one is first you have to migrate from upgrade from 1.29 to 1.30. Then again repeat the same steps from 1.30 to 1.31. That's how you are going to achieve it, right? Second question, Sampath, when should I upgrade my cluster? So from the release page, it's very clearly shown that end of life cycle. For every release, Kubernetes is giving one end of life cycle. For us, in our case, 1.29.6, it is like next year 25, February 28. Till that, it is supporting us. So before that, don't stay till last moment, just few days before or few weeks before, just try to upgrade your cluster, right? So let's get started. Type sorry so upgrade Kubeadm cluster. First link, it's good to go. So the moment we open this page, you can see this is talking about version 1.31x. Okay, sorry, 1.31 to version 1.31x. So this is not the right bracket where we are picking. We have to go with this one. We have to upgrade the Kubernetes cluster from 1.29 to 1.31. Just click it. See, we are now in right bracket. So at a high level, what we are going to do today is upgrade the primary node Kubernetes control plane. Then any other additional control plane nodes are there. Then upgrade the worker node. In our case, we are going to only follow 2 steps, because in our current state, as we have seen, we are not having any multiple control plane nodes. So let's go with upgrading our control plane node. Then we go with upgrading our worker node. That's it. So one more main important thing you have to consider is, whenever you are making a transition, upgrading from one minor version to another minor version, you have to change the packet repository. That means, for suppose, as we are going from version 1.29 to 1.30, this is must. Assume like we have seen previously. Let me show you. If you are going from version 1.3052 to version 1.307, then this step is not required, right? Because this repository is dedicated with the minor version. So already you are having this dedicated minor version of repository belonging to 30, and you are transition to 30.7. Just you are upgrading a patch. You don't need to execute this step. When you need to do it, like you are going with 1.30 to 31. So minor version is getting changed here, 30 to 31. In our case, 29 to 30. So whenever there is a change in minor version while upgrading, you have to consider doing this step, right? So just go with this one. Just check yourself which distribution you are having. Like in my case, it is Ubuntu. Just want to show you quickly. See, it is Ubuntu, right? So I'm going with Ubuntu Debian. Copy this one. So what we have to do is, as I have told you, I am having version 1.29.6. So my repository will be related to version 1.29, which you can see from here. So just change it to another minor version, that is 30. Just come out. That's it. This is the only step you have to do it, right? Now coming back to documentation session, you can carry on from here. So to update, here what it is saying is determine to which version you want to upgrade. So before upgrading Kubeadm, we need to upgrade first. So just do a quick upgrade, then check which Kubeadm version you want to go with. So what Kubeadm versions are available? From screen you can see it is 1.30, 01.1 to 1.30, 4.1. Till here you are having 5 options. You can go with any one of them. So let's go with the latest one, right? Copy that one. What you have to do is just replace the version with X. Like in our case, what is the X? That is 1.30.4. The X is 4 in our case. Just copy this command. That's it. So better to keep this one for reference. First step is done. Now you can verify your Kubeadm is upgraded. You can check the version now. Whatever version you have given, it should be there. .4, yeah, it's matching, right? 1.30.4. Great. Now let's verify the upgrade plan. Kubernetes documentations are very clear. You just need to follow step by step and observe the console. If in case you are getting any error or mismatches there, that's a very important step. Yep, it is showing like Kubeadm upgrade plan. You can apply like what is the current version you are having. You can upgrade this one. It is showing like individual components. What is the current version? What is the target version? Okay. Just have a quick look. It is not applying anything as of now. It is just showing the upgrade plan. So now you can see like kubelet, what is the current version? It is like 1.29.6. What is the target? It's one version 1.30.4, right? Worker nodes also same. You can see the core DNS and HCD are different from these things, because these are from HCD is an entirely different project. It is having its own release cycle, so don't worry about that. Right? Everything seems great. We can go with Kubeadm upgrade, apply this command. So what is showing? Couldn't create Kubernetes client from fail to load, permission denied. Okay. Sudo Kubeadm upgrade. Now it should work fine. Yeah. So it's pulling the image with the right version. Just give it some time. And one more thing I have to tell you, what is the best practice to go with, like whenever we are going to upgrade the Kubernetes cluster, is always take a backup. Okay, so I will make one more video of that. As of now, I am not working running any workloads. I'm just focusing on my main concern is to show how to upgrade the cluster. That's it. So in real time, you never do a upgradation without proper backup, right? So I am planning the backup in next video. So as of now, just my focus is to show like the process of upgradation, when to do upgradation. That's it. So we will stick to that one. Okay, let it happen. In this meanwhile, let's see what are the next steps we can go with. Like choose the version to upgrade and run appropriate command. It's saying. So already we did that one, right? So what it is saying is CNI plugin, we have to manually upgrade that one. Kubeadm is not going to do that one for you. And it's telling about other control plane nodes. As we have already discussed, we are only having one control plane node, so you can ignore this one. Now we can go with drain the node. You can go with this command. You have to replace the node name here. Yes, here in background also, everything seems fine. Upgradation process successful. Your cluster was upgraded to version 1.30. Right. Great. So don't worry, even it is showing successful, and the version what you are seeing here for control plane is like v1.29.6 only. So don't worry, just copy this node name, replace it here. It is showing the version 1.29.6 is showing the kubelet version. Let's go with the following things. Now what we have to do is we have to upgrade the kubelet and kubectl command. So the moment we update this kubectl kubelet command, then the version will change. Whatever latest version we have applied, you can see that one. Copy it. Just have to this is very important to replace the proper version. Let's keep it for reference. Right, everything seems fine. Now just observe again, kubectl is set on hold, right? Clear. Kubectl get, like I already told you, the version it is showing the kubelet version. The moment we have upgraded the kubelet and kubectl command, it has changed the version for us. The control plane has successfully upgraded to the next minor version, like from version 1.29 to version 1.30. Now what's next step? We have to upgrade the worker nodes. We are having 2 worker nodes. Let's upgrade them one by one. One more thing to observe, if you try to upgrade both workers at one time, then whatever workload is running in those worker nodes will see the downtime. If you don't want to have that to happen, go phase by phase. So for suppose if you are going with worker node 1, then whatever workloads are there will shift to worker node 2 if you are managing those workloads with some controllers like deployments, unlike bare pods. And once it is done, it's the same. Then we can move to worker node 2, then the workloads will shift to worker node 1. In this way, we will not see any downtime, right? Hope you have got my point. So before that, let's quickly do the systemctl daemon reload and restart the kubelet. It's done. Now what we have to do is observe here. The moment we drain the node, the drain command has also marked the node unschedulable. Scheduling is disabled here. So what you are doing now is you are giving kubectl uncaught. You are making the node schedulable. That's it. Uncaught node name. Now observe. Now you will not see the scheduling disabled here, right? So kubectl drain node, what it's going to do is, one, it will evacuate the workloads like pod, daemon set, whatever is there. Then it is going to mark your node. It can be worker node, it can be control plane node, anything. It is going to mark it unschedulable. That means once the node is unschedulable, even you are trying to create any new pods, anything, new workloads will not, that means Kubernetes scheduler will not consider this node for scheduling purpose. Let me show you. So as of now, if you can see the status, all nodes are available, worker node 1 and worker node 2. So if I am going to create any pod, it can be scheduled based on the scheduler decision. It can be worker node 1 and worker node 2. It can be any one of them. So with control plane it's done. Let's go with upgrading with worker node. Our worker node is Linux node. As you know, Kubernetes offer worker nodes can be Windows machine on Linux machine. In our case, it is Linux machine. So I'm going with this, right? Same, copy the command, copy the version, replace it, go with this command. So here what we are going to do is, we are unholding the Kubeadm, then upgrading the Kubeadm. Same, whatever steps we have done in control plane node, same we are going to do in worker node as well. After the upgradation process, we are going to hold the Kubeadm. So just a minute. This is not the place to execute the command. You know, this is to be executed on worker node, and this is my control plane node, right? So what I will do is quickly I will go with one more terminal. Right. Here I am going to SSH into my worker node 1. So it's very important in a flow, if you execute those commands on control plane node, things are going to be different than what you're expecting. So this is the place. Now we are in worker node 1. Here we have to execute these commands. These are the small things we need to take care of. Then once it is done, yeah, it's done. Very good. Everything seems successful. Now we are draining our nodes here. So again, one more important point. While draining the nodes, the command we are using is kubectl command. As you know, kubectl is command line utility, like it's a client to interact with Kubernetes cluster. So this should be executed in a place where you have installed the kubectl command. In my case, I have installed it on master, on control plane node itself. So that is not something we have to execute here. Even if you execute in this worker node, it's going to throw you error. Let me show you. Not just this command, any kubectl command will not work here. Like kubectl get nodes. See, it's throwing error because kubectl is not installed or configured here. So whenever you have to execute kubectl command, execute in a place where you have installed your kubectl command. See, you can install kubectl command, like means you can maintain kubectl command within the cluster, outside the cluster as well. It's not mandated that always kubectl command should be present on control plane node, right? I hope you know this point. So replace the node to drain. In our case, it's worker 1. So let's drain it. See, observe, before draining, we are not seeing any status like scheduling disabled or anything, any such kind of messages on worker node, right? Now once we have drained the node, now let's observe the output. It's done. So it has like ignored the daemon set. It has evacuated some pods, which is part of core DNS. Oops, here we get nodes. Now observe, it has marked this as scheduling disabled, like previously what we have discussed. At this point of time, if we are creating some pod, then scheduler will not consider worker node for scheduling. It's always worker node 2 because it's the only thing available. Okay, this is very important point. Now let's upgrade it. Now what we are upgrading is kubelet kubectl. In worker node 1, just copy the version. And we are ready to go. So these are the commands which we need to execute on our worker node 1. Observing some delay. Okay, my network has gone temporarily. I think it has came back now. excuse me. And I just came out due to some network issue. Yes, we have again went into worker node 1. So copy the command. Let's quickly try to access it into control plane as well. It's done. Right. So what it is saying, like package kubectl is not available, but is referred to another package. This may mean to that package is missing or has been, it's only available for another source. Okay, so got it. Why we are getting this issue here? Because we did not change the package manager on worker node 1. Right. So let's do that one. That's the reason we are not able to do this thing. We have done this step in control plane. So this step need to be done on every node of Kubernetes cluster while upgrading. You can see from here, it is showing version 1.29. It's clearly saying that we have not done the change of repository. Now we have done it. Correct. Now just quickly go with these steps again. The Kubeadm thing, it's done successfully, I think. Next, this step, we have to execute this command. Previously, this command was not working because we did not change the package manager, right? It's done. That's it. So it's very important, as I have told you, keep an eye on the output, what it is showing, instead of blindly copy pasting things. We need to check. If I did not check that one and proceed with further commands, it's of no use, right? Right. So it's done successfully. Now what we have to do is drain the node. Again, this is a kubectl command, so we should perform the drain activity in control plane or the node where kubectl command is installed. I guess already we have done this one. Yes. Okay, got it. So apologize from my side. Sorry, we have redo the things we have done previously, but the error why we have got here is only because of the package manager. We did not change the package manager. That's the reason it is not getting the appropriate version. It's not able to change to version 1.30 from version 1.29, right? So everything is done. Sorry for confusing you. Maybe in worker node 2, you will see everything clear. So now what we have to do is in worker node 1, just execute these commands, like whatever you have done kubelet things, you reload and restart the kubelet. So now if you do kubectl get nodes, you can see that your current version also of worker node has also changed from 1.29 to 1.30, but the node is still marked disabled. If you leave your node like this, what will happen when you try to launch the new pods or deployments? Worker node 1 will not be considered with the scheduler. So it's very important to uncode once you have done with your activities, and check is your mark. Yeah, now you have to check your worker node 1 is marked schedule, right? So we are done. Now we will proceed to worker node 2. For that, what we need to do, we have to SSH into our worker node 2 as well. So now we don't need to have access to worker node 1. So I will come out from here and SSH to worker node 2. You can see from here we have successfully SSH into worker node 2. Now what we have to do, same things we have to again go with. The first thing what we have to do is change the Kubernetes package repository. So sudo vi, it's very important step. If you forget this one, you cannot upgrade your cluster. 30, it's done. Now you can follow the steps as it is. Like what you have to do, copy this command. Already these things are done from here. You can see already these things, Kubeadm command for worker node 1, we have already having these commands ready with us. So we will quickly go with these things. Instead of again doing same copy paste things. After this, you have to simply execute sudo kubectl upgrade node. Once it is done, we will do it. Everything seems fine. Yes, it is successful. Now you have to drain the node. Remember, this is a kubectl command, so you have to go with control plane node, where kubectl command is installed. We have drained the node. Now we have to upgrade the kubectl and kubectl thing. Right? I am already having those commands here. I can go with this one. After that, we can simply reload the daemon and restart the kubelet. It is successful. Like I already told you, kubectl get nodes. Even though everything, sorry, apologize. Kubectl get nodes. Even though everything Everything is done successfully. Now we have simply reloaded daemon and reset the kubelet command. So now our cluster is upgraded to version 1.29.6 to version 1.30.4 successfully. So when you see in releases perspective, from here we have successfully upgraded our cluster to 1.30. If required, if you want to go with version 1.31, you can do the same thing again, but I'm not going to do those things, right? Because already it's too late. So at a high level, this is the thing. And one more important thing is that you should upgrade the CNI, like whatever interface, networking interface you're going with. Like in my case, get what you can see VNet. We are going with VNet. You have to change the VNet also. Kubeadm is not going to do that. You have to install the add-on. You have to change the version of VNet. Here it is. You can go with this command. Only thing you have to notice is just change version 1.29 to 30 and apply. That's it. So VNet is configured. See, all VNet ports got updated. I think it got resetted, but not it's like showing 47 days previous one only. So we can do one thing. If required, we can delete the current one and again install with correct version. So we have deleted. Now let's apply. Right. Right. Now the VNet is also got updated with latest version. So now our Kubernetes cluster is completely upgraded and it is ready to use. Everything seems fine. See, we have forgot to remove the disable. Okay, it is still scheduling disabling is there on our worker node 2. Like what I have told you, it's very important. Once it is done, you have to uncode it. If you don't do it, Kubernetes will not schedule anything on those worker node 2. So these steps are very important. People do mistakes here. So always verify, it's very important. Now, yeah, it's done successfully. If you have any doubts, you can reach me out regarding upgradation of cluster. Thank you very much. Like I told you, this is not the best practice. In our next video, what we are going to look is, we are going to see how to take backup of a Kubernetes cluster and how to apply the backup if anything goes wrong. Thank you. Thank you for staying till now. Bye bye.